syllabus. Lifelines of national economy, which was left. We are going to start with that. This is a portion of a geography in which we are going to study about the railway system, the means of transports and the communication, how these particular things are very much necessity in bringing about the development of a country. It is a well settled principle that it is not only the goods and services which we procure, and those goods and services come to us in a direct form. That doesn't happen. These goods and services, whatever we are having, whatever we are demanding in our day-to-day life, it gets produced in one particular place, and after its production, the goods and services, those things are sent to till the remotest area of the country. Now the same goods reaching to all the hands of the people, that is the entire population of the people, how can we say? We can well say that those things are made available to us by the forms of the means of communication. And what are those means of communication? Those means of communications are the railways, the roadways, the waterways, airways, as well as by the help of the pipelines also. ये तमाम चीज जो हम इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं, जो मेरे नेसेसिटी का चीज है या नेसेसिटी का चीज ना भी है परंतु वो मेरे लाइफ के लिए जरूरी है, either a small chalk or a small duster or the cloth or the garments which you are wearing or the food things which are necessity for our daily day-to-day life, we go and avail it from the market. It is not that the market is producing that thing. The thing is that it gets produced at a particular place. It can be any place all over the world. And when it gets produced, it gets transported from that particular place to all the areas of this country. And only then we are in the habit of collecting those things and we are using that thing. Either it is a good or it is a service. So these prerequisites means those certain things which are very much necessary, which come in our hand for our day-to-day life, all such type of things leads to the progress and the development of a country. The development of a country, we cannot count it that per capita income. It's not only the GDP. Various other factors are related as with regard to the development of a country. We use different materials and services in our day-to-day life. Yes, it is clear. We use each and everything in our day-to-day life. Some of these are available in our immediate surroundings, while other requirements are met by bringing things from other places. Some of the things we get it from the nearby place, from our surrounding. कुछ ऐसे वस्तु हैं जो आपके बिल्कुल बगल से भी मिल जाते हैं. For example, let us take the thing, what is produced in Godda? Godda is famous for lat, लहठी जिसको बोलते हैं, जो कि शादियों में जो है पहनती हैं औरतें. तो that is basically one of the important thing which is produced over here. It is also produced in Firozabad. But if you look, that particular thing you can get it available over here. So some places you can get that particular thing in a very nominal manner, in a very easy manner. But some of the things are also there which you do not get it very easily. And such things are made available to you by the means of transportation, and only then it comes to your place and you purchase those things. कुछ चीज लोकल हैं जो आपको वहीं पे मिल जाएगा. अब कुछ चीज ऐसे हैं मिलना तो है ही, it's very easy, आपको मिलेगा. But those are not local type of thing that comes to us from various channels, either by railway or the roadway or the waterway or airways, and those are sold in the market, and that also you get it over here. So there are some things also which we get it by means of other channels, and those channels are the means of the transportation. Goods and services do not move from supply locals to demand locals on their own. The movement of the goods and services from the supply location to demand location necessitates the need of transport. Yes. For example, take the case of any type of a product where it is being produced. We are not seeing anything that is produced over here. But there are some of the things which get produced in various other places like Delhi, Canada, Mumbai, Madras, Lucknow, Kanpur, Patna, and so on. Many things are there. So that particular thing which gets produced in that particular area, and it is meant for the people by and large. So such type of goods, they do not come up of its own. अपने आप में वो गुड्स जो है आपके पास आ नहीं जाता है. It moves from various channels. Transportation is required. So such basic transportation, the transportation like railways, waterways and so on, with the help of that, the same goods come to us and then we utilize those things. So it is very much necessary to take into consideration that these railways, waterways, roadways, these are basically the heart and soul of the country, which leads to the development of the trade, which leads to the development of goods and service as well, which leads to the fulfillment of the demand of the people as well. So it is very much necessary that transportation system by way of railway, roadways, waterways, airways, all such things requires a good essentiality. Some people are engaged in facilitating these movements. They are known to be traders who make the products come to the consumers by transportation. Yes, it is the traders who are the middleman in providing the goods to us. Traders यानी जो इस चीज का काम कर रहा है, जो उसमें लगा हुआ है, तो वे लोग क्या करते हैं? He is one of the agent of supplying that particular goods such that such type of things come in our hand. अब जो चावल का व्यापारी है तो वो तो उसमें लगा हुआ है, उस चीज में वो पड़ा हुआ है कि मुझे किसी तरह से अपना चावल जो है पहुंचाना है मार्केट में. So it is the responsibility of that trader that how he will try to make such goods to come to the market. It is his duty. And once when he finishes off his duty, we see that we as a consumer go to the market and purchase those things. So the act of the trader, what do we find is that he is also being benefited. Why? Because अगर वो चावल लाएगा तो वो भी अपना कमाई करेगा और फिर हम लोग परचेज करेंगे. तो बीच का चीज क्या है? How will he make that goods to reach us? By these things. कहीं से भी अगर वो चावल का खरीद बिक्री कर रहा है, so he will need to have any type of this channel such that that goods may come to the market. Either he will install a lorry or a truck or railway system, whatever thing. Only then that particular thing will come to the place. So by any way or any other means, you see, these channels are very much necessary for the development of the country. So finally the last line, therefore efficient means of transport are prerequisites for fast development. Efficient means of transport are a prerequisite for the fast development. Fast development के लिए go inside from there. For the fast development, we see that efficient means are a must. Efficient means everybody knows it. It's all such type of. If we talk about the pipeline, the edible oils, the petroleum, the molasses, good, all such type of things. Either it is a crude oil, either it is petrol, diesel or cooking oil. All such type of things are transported by way of pipelines. You must have heard about a Haldia, you must have heard about Barauni, you might have heard about Jagdishpur Vajira pipeline, the most important one. So the Yogdan of this pipeline when we are talking is also the same as compared to that of the other means of transportation. Because by this channel also various type of goods like something liquid form, something in a very saturated type of a thing, that also passes by way of pipeline. So pipeline is also the same type of an importance given to that of the railway, waterways and so on. Moving on with the same thing, movement of these goods and services can be over three important domain of our earth, that is land, water and air. So basically the thing to keep it in mind is that movement of whatever sort of goods, it requires three channels, either by waterways, airways and the roadways, land, water and air. Only by these three things, with the help of these three agent, इन तीनों एजेंट के ही द्वारा हम और आप जो है अपने गुड्स को एक जगह से दूसरी जगह भेज सकते हैं. वो तीन चैनल है, एयर, वाटर एंड लैंड. Air, water and land, based on this transport can also be classified into land, water and air transport. For a long time, trade and transport were restricted to a limited space. In the previous time, much before, there were restrictions. For a long time, the trade and transport were restricted to a limited place. With the development in science and technology, the area of influence of trade and transport expanded far and wide. And talking about 40 to 50 years before, the transportation system that was restricted to a particular area. Just see, we are seeing that in the present context, the railway is going to be started at Godda. Nobody ever thought about that railway system would come over here. In the same way, the same transportation facility that was not up to the mark at the previous 50 to 60 years before. It was limited to a particular area. But because, what did I tell you? This democracy is an evolving process. Every day certain new things goes on, and finally we see that development process takes place. And only because of that development, what do we find? That in the nook and corner of the country where the people was very difficult to walk also, they had to walk a long distance to catch the bus, to catch the train. But now at the doorstep everything is possible. The network of roadways, at least that much we can well say, बड़े गर्व से कह सकते हैं कि network of roadways हमारे देश में जो है गांव-गांव तक पहुंच चुका है. Even I have seen, I used to get up when I was a child. I used to get down at Lalmatia, and from Lalmatia I had to walk at least 10 to 12 kilometers to go to my village, because that was the only where transportation system was there, and from there we had to walk through the Kacha road. But now bilkul at the doorstep, everything possible. The bus crosses at the doorstep and you can avail that facility. In the same way I am talking about that. In the same way we are talking that the goods and services or the transportation channel that was limited to a particular region. एक समय था जहां पर लिमिटेशन हो जाता था, रुकावट हो रही, लेकिन धीरे जैसे ही विज्ञान का बढ़ोतरी हुआ, there happened to a development in science and technology, the entire thing, there was a change, and there was a change leading to big projects, means the channels of transportation that expanded far and wide. Today, the world has been converted into a large village with the help of efficient and fast-moving transport. Now, because of the fast-moving transportation system, either by way of transportation, that is railway or the waterways or the airways or roadways, the entire world seems to be a small village now. Why? Because everything has got its connection, either by any type of a transportation system. The entire world seems to be a very small village. There are so today the world has been converted into a large village with the help of the efficient transportation system. Transport has been able to achieve this with the help of equally developed communication system Therefore, transport, communication, trade are complementary to each other. Transport, communication, and trade are complementary. Transport, communication, and trade. All these are complementary to each other. All these are connected to each other. If there is no connection line between the transport or the way of communication or your trading system, there will be failure. There will not be any sort of a development, or development in a practical way we can say, ki as with regard to the exchange of foreign goods or the domestic goods are concerned, all these things are complementary to each other. We cannot think by reducing any one of them. किसी एक को कमी से हम नहीं सोच सकते. Until and unless these three things combines together, it is complementary to each other. It is related to each other. And if those relationship goes on, there will be development. Otherwise, there will be loss within that. Today, India is well linked with the rest of the world, despite its vast size, diversity, linguistic and socio-cultural plurality. Although whatever we are seeing that India has got its particular shape and size, location, with the people having different linguistic basis, with the people having different type of a social basis, with the people having different type of cultural base. Even then, if there is diversity of language, there is diversity of socio-cultural relationship between the people, but still we still find that India is well linked with the rest of the world. तमाम वर्ल्ड के साथ बहुत अच्छे तरह से लिंक बना हुआ है. And that link is what? That is our foreign policy. And with that help of foreign policy, we find that the network of communication of other country with that of India, we have got a very good network of that, and because of that we can well proudly say that our relationship with other countries, although India has got its different shape, size, location, different type of linguistic behavior within the people, different type of socio-cultural relationship within the people, but still we are seeing that we are very much well connected with the entire world of the country. Either by way of airway, either by way of waterways, everywhere. Everything is feasible, everything is possible in India. We have got a good network of roadways, we have got a good network of railways, we have got a good network of airways and the water system also. That is why in a very prideful manner we can say that this particular India, in spite of having its different type of location, we are very much well connected with the other countries of the world. Asian countries also, European countries also, American countries also, and some of the communist regime which are there in the Asian countries, we are well connected with the other countries of the world. Today, India is well connected with having the different size, diversity, linguistic and socio-cultural plurality. Railways, airways, waterways, newspaper, radio, television, cinema, internet have been contributing to its socio-economic progress in many ways. It's not only these things, other types of means of communication also. The other types of means of communication includes your movie halls, the radio system, the means of entertainment, various other type, Doordarshan channel and so many television networks are there, radio system was there, telegram system, telegraph system. By these type of means, we are well connected with each and every part of the world. The mobile system, the internet system and so on, which has come in the last. And this mobile system falls under which subject? Stand up. Yes, Nan. It falls under which subject? State list, concurrent list, residuary list, and what? Which type of list? Your internet system will fall under which subject of the government? State list, concurrent list, residuary list, and one of the union list. Which one? Huh? It's so useless talking to you. Sit. I told you beforehand, whatever new thing will come, that will fall under which category? Residuary. That will fall under residuary list. जहाँ पर residuary में central government जो है वहाँ पर, the central government will do the entire work regarding the residuary list. Something new thing which may come. Even take for thing like 2 years, after 2 years, something new may come up. mobile system that came up in the year 1995 in India. Mobile system, 1995. We in Godda saw around somewhere around 2003 and 4 in Godda. But 1995 it became prevalent in India. Mobile system. So something very new that will fall under residuary list. And same is the case we are talking over here also. Anything that may come, something new, that will fall under the category of residuary. So, as with regard to the communication system, communication either by way of newspaper, either by way of TV channels, radio, and any sort of an entertainment, all such type of things are the prerequisite. They are the prerequisite for the development of the country. Had there been no such type of a system, then we would not categorize ourselves. हम लोग अपने आप को कैटेगराइज नहीं कर सकते थे कि हम लोग डेवलप्ड हैं या डेवलपिंग हैं या अनडेवलप्ड। बहुत सारे ऐसे वर्ड हैं जो अभी भी उनके पास इतना ज्यादा अच्छा मजबूत तकनीकी नहीं है, जिसके कारण वो लोग भी नीचे दबे हुए हैं। दे आर स्टिल स्ट्रगलिंग। हम लोग भी स्ट्रगल कर रहे हैं। वी हैव नॉट कंपेयर्ड आवरसेल्फ विद दैट ऑफ अमेरिका एंड मेनी अदर डेवलप्ड कंट्रीज ऑफ द वर्ल्ड। We are also struggling hard to make ourselves to be a developed country. In this chapter, you will see how modern means of transport and communication serve as lifeline of the nation of the country. इस चैप्टर में हम लोग बात करेंगे कि किस तरह से ये तमाम लाइफलाइंस जो हैं, इन तमाम चीजों को हम लाइफलाइन के कैटेगरी में डालते हैं. It is the lifeline of the economy of the country. Had there been no railway, had there been no roadways, like the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. Once mitochondria starts stopping its work, the entire battery will fuse. The entire battery of this body will fuse off, isn't it? So mitochondria is a must because that is the powerhouse of the cell. In the same way, we are talking about these things also. They act as a channel of mitochondria, which also we can tell the word the powerhouse of the entire economic system of the country. Because had there been no railway, waterways and so on, the development strategy, the reaching of the food, the reaching of small goods or the services from one person to another, that would become very much difficult. We can well say we have also seen those type of phases. Everything was available, but minimum type of things were there in Godda. We never thought of 5-star chocolate. We never thought of that chocolate milk cream, something like that. We were watching in TVR Revive that boy is eating 5-star. But such type of product was not available much before I am talking about, during the period of 75, 76, something like that. If that was possible, तो वो वही लोग के हाथों में होता था जो या तो उनके बाहर से लोग आते थे तो उनके पास, but slowly and slowly because of this better means of transportation, either the roadways and railways, everything is possible. What pizza you are eating here, the same pizza that girl is also eating in Delhi. So you need not to worry, you need not to bother about. Everything is now possible over here. You are getting each and everything now. It's all because of this lifeline source. कहीं न कहीं इस lifeline का contribution है. So, talking about the very first one, railway system, which is the most important means of transport in our country. India has one of the largest, roadway we are talking. India is one of the largest roadway network in the world. One of the largest roadway का network, अगर तुलना हम करते हैं वर्ल्ड से, so India occupies the very first position. India is has one of the largest road network in the world, aggregating to about 2.3 million kilometers at present. It's a wrong data, 2.3, it's more than 2.3. To come to the correct one, you can see your Google and you can find out which is the true one, which has about more than 2.3 million kilometers covering the network of entire India. In India, roadways have preceded railway. Preceding, the word precede In India, the roadways have preceded the railway, has gone up. Preceded मतलब ऊपर, उसको दबा दिया. जहां तक रेलवे का नेटवर्क की बात है, तो अब जो है रोडवे उससे बेहतर हो गया है, उसे दबा दिया. That is preceding. The Indian roadways have preceded the Indian railways. They still have an edge over railways in view of the ease with which they can be built and maintained. Means this roadway have preceded the railways and they have built an ease with that of the railway. In the railway system, it's very difficult. In the terrain area, it's very difficult to construct the railways. It takes lots of time, it takes lots of labor, it's difficult also. But roadways do not require much lengthy labor. So that is why, because of its easy maintenance, because of its easy construction, this roadway has preceded the railway. ये रोडवेज जो हैं, उनको जो है चैलेंज करके उससे ऊपर चला गया है, रेलवे से ऊपर चला गया है रोडवेज. Because of its edge, they still have an edge over railway in view of the ease with which they can build it with and maintain. ये लाइन बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट लाइन है. They have very ease. इसका मतलब है कि this railway system, why did it come down with that of the road? ये जो है रोडवेज से नीचे की तुलना में आ गया है. क्यों? क्योंकि रोडवेज बनाने में इजी है. It is ease and the maintenance of this roadways, that is also very much less as compared to that of the railway system. So that is why the edge of roadways have preceded the railways. The growing importance of road transport with that of the rail transport is rooted in the following reason. Important line, comparison हो रहा है यहाँ पर कि किस तरह से हम ये क्यों बोलेंगे कि रोडवे सिस्टम is better as compared to that of the railway system. The growing importance of transport, that is the road transport, is rooted out by because construction cost of road is much lower than that of the railway lines. Very first point. The cost of construction is very less. जहां तक रोडवेज की बात है, और मैं ये बोलता हूं, it is very much ease and it has an edge. It has preceded the railway system. The thing is that the cost of the maintenance or the cost of the construction is very much less as compared to that of the railway system. Secondly, roads can traverse comparatively more dissected and undulating topography. Dissected and undulating. Dissected. Undulating. Refraction of light. When any type of a portion of a land, if it is not a plain area, मान के चलिए this is a plain area. So there, and if the sun ray is striking this portion, तो क्या reflect जो होगा वो same angle पे उसका reflection होगा light का? No, it will diverge here and there, and that is scattering. That is scattering of the rays. Why it happened? Because of this undulating area. This area which is just opposite to that of the plane, उसी को हम undulating बोलते हैं. Something like this. This is called undulating area, and this is called plain area. So these roadway system, they can be constructed in the dissected. What is this dissected? Even whatever type of an area it is, idhar udhar kata pata, that is called dissected. Okay. Undulating, something which is not in a plane, that is called undulating. So roads can be constructed even in the dissected area or in the undulating area, and it is very much difficult for the railways for such a type of a thing. लेकिन roadways के लिए बड़ा easy है. We are seeing these roadways of this Jamua road and so on. What was Jamua as compared to that of 30 to 35 years before? Not a single inhabitant dwelt over here. Nothing was very much clear to walk through this place. Undulating area, it was not a plain, but everything got transverse now. So, construction of the roads it takes less time as compared to that of the railways. Construction of the roads, that cost of that construction becomes less as compared to that of the railway. Roadways can be constructed even in the dissected and the undulating areas, but these railways, it becomes a matter of perplexion for that. Third one, roads can negotiate higher gradients or slopes and as such can traverse mountains such as the Himalayas. Yes, roads can be constructed in the transverse gradient. Gradient, something like this. What do we see? A Sanbani, go there and stand up and see that's a very topmost area. The topmost area of that place. The topography, if you look into the topography of Godda, a Sanbani Chowk, that happens to be the topmost one. But if you look into this area, it is downward portion. So what is this gradient? We are talking about उसी तरह के ऊंचाइयों को हम gradient की बात करते हैं. Such like the slopes of the Himalayas also. So roadways can be constructed even in the higher gradients, and for example, that is Himalayas. Means it is possible that at a great length also. Go to Jalabia Mall. What is that? The highest peak is there. उसकी ऊंचाई बहुत है, but still the roads are there. So that is one of the benefit, that is one of the advantage of the roadways, that roadways can be constructed even in the highest gradient and the better higher slopes as well. We are stopping here. We will continue with the other portions.